Welcome back, everyone, to the Minnesota Twins franchise. In the last episode, our Twinkies were looking for a little bit of momentum. Well, in this critical situation, Byron Buxton steps up, an 0-2 pitch above his neck. He goes opposite field, jack. A 3-run homer for the Twins to get us up 5-2. I would say that is definitely a momentum shifter in this ball game. Top of the 8th as well. Very late game situation. Trevor Larnach, he goes deep as well. Another opposite field home run. Make it back-to-back jacks for the Twins. We'll close this one out and start our episode off with a victory. Nice job by Bailey Ober. We'll take a look at his stats in just a moment. And it really plays into what we saw in the last one. We are getting really good pitching, but we are struggling with run production. But in this one, we're going to get 6 across 8 hits. 6 strikeouts. We got to cut that down, but Bailey Ober was very solid yet again. 7 innings, 8 strikeouts. It's awesome stuff. However, what's not so awesome is our trade offer that we sent out to the Dodgers in the last episode. They did not want Matt Wallner for both of these players, so we're going to try to sweeten the deal just a little bit by putting in Gio Urshela, who was just actually recently cut in real life. So we'll go ahead and add Gio Urshela into that mix. I think they do need a right-handed batter, at least at third base, to kind of spell Max Muncy a little bit. So we'll offer that up. We'll get in the next critical situation here. Luke Keeschall coming up with 1 down. Can't get the run home in a sac fly situation. Chris Morrell makes a nice read on it. And then we got Byron Buxton up, who was the hero in the last one. They're actually intentional walk him to set up a force out at any bag. It'll be up to Trevor Larnach, who gets a pitch right down the middle. Base hit. Twins are easily going to walk this baby off. Perfect. We're starting to get some momentum. We're starting to win some games close. We're getting a little hot. AL Central, look out. This could either mean one or two things. Either that we keep Trevor Larnach like he's turning into something here, or we capitalize on his little hot streak here, his clutchness, and we move on from him, just like we're trying to do with Matt Wallner. Buxton went 2 for 4, had a home run. 10 hits on the board for the Twins, 6 runs. Buxton had a homer. Wallner had a home run. He's now up to 7 home runs. Bailey Ober with another quality start and 7 strikeouts. We did get the trade process, so it went through. The Dodgers have accepted it. Wallner and Gio Urshela for a high-leverage back end of the bullpen arm and Edgardo Henriquez and Kendall George, the speedy, very solid, got a lot of room to grow outfielder in Kendall George. So, you know what, 66C, that's not bad. I will take that, but you're going to start down in Double-A where you're hitting 293, and we'll end up getting to see some gameplay footage of Mr. Kendall George, along with some other minor league updates here in this video. Now, a lot of people in Minnesota and across baseball land are wondering, why would we trade one of our better players in Matt Wallner for a bunch of young guys when we're a game and a half out of the playoffs? We're a game and a half out of the wild card. Well, it's probably because their GM doesn't necessarily believe in the push here. Sometimes you got to make those tough calls. Might have pulled the trigger too early. But one thing's for certain, you never want to pull the trigger too late. That's for sure. So we're going to get a look here at Edgardo Henriquez. A clutch situation here. Holding on to a lead. 1-2 pitch to a home run hitter, Isaac Paredes, and he's going to get him to fly out. Good slide piece there from Henriquez. Buxton's got that one. 1-2 pitch here to Yainer Diaz. We're going fastball, and we got him looking. 1-0-2 from Edgardo Henriquez. That a boy. I like it. I like that. Okay, he's got the double outlier. Both those quirks. Oh, pitch here to Altuve. Base hit. Fortunately, Henriquez can't get the 1-2-3, but that's all right. No harm, no foul here. Zach Cole is going to step up here. We're going to go sinker, and we got him looking. I mean, that's nasty. You go 1-0-2, and then you got a sinker with downward movement. Like, good luck. Let's jump to the top of the 7th. You got Cam Smith. Ground ball here to Brooks Lee. That should be first pitch. 1 out.
No, he's
at the top of the 7th. Henriquez looking pretty fine right now. Next pitch. Salazar. He's going to pretty weakly hit. Just a little seeing eye single right there. 2-2 pitch to Jeremy Pena. That one is gonna fall right in front of James Outman. That's unfortunate. That should have definitely been out number 2. However, can't change the past. You move forward. Well, it is Yordan Alvarez time with 2 on and 1 out. we're going to get the full sequence right here. How is Henriquez going to try to get out of this jam? This is a tough test, an early test for the young right-hander, the flamethrower. He does get strike one, hitting the bottom of the zone. Let's go cut fastball outside and just a little low here. Maybe we get that double play just off the plate. Okay, this is a very crucial moment for this game. You want to be a little careful. You don't want to get too aggressive right here. You want to be smart. You want to pitch smart. Change eye levels. That we got a little lucky. The curveball that you're going to hang right down the middle. I don't even think Alvarez was looking for that one. But now we're going to go fastball high and in with the bear down. Hopefully on a 1-2 we get him to strike out. And it was just a little high. Might have revved back a little too much for that one. Can't get the location down. Let's go bear down one more time. 2-2. Got him to pop it up. Josh Bell, make a play, big man. There you go. What? Huh?
What?
What are you doing? Put your glove out there. 2-2. We don't have any more bear downs, and Alvarez is all over it. I mean, he yanked a 101 foul. So do we want to pitch that there again? Probably not. Let's take a little bit off. Let's do cut fastball high and in. Yeah, he's just trying to fight that one off. So now what do? He's fouling everything off. We're going to go sinker low and away. 2-2 again. Foul ball. Alvarez continuing to fight off a very tough pitcher here. Very tough at bat. Let's go fastball low and in. Got him. Strike three on the corner, but Alvarez, being the good batter that he is, got a good eye. It's a ball. So it is now a full count. We can't really afford to walk him. Full count pitch. Fastball right down the middle. And Alvarez flies out. Buxton's got this one easy. We're going to fire this to third just to hold that runner, and he's not even testing it. That is a one-hopper to third base. Nice job. We got an 0-2 pitch here to Carlos Correa, and he's going to do the same thing. Fly ball to center. Buxton's got a beat on it. This inning is over. The Twins get out of it, and that was a clutch moment for the young right-hander. He gave us 2 innings, kept the lead, held at 1. Festa's going to be called on to hold the lead down there again at 1. And now we're in the top of the 9th. We will call on Cole Sands to shut it down, but he's not going to be able to. In fact, they tie it up. So they get the 1 run there in the 9th. And we're going to look to walk it off yet again for another time here in this episode. We've already done it once. Let's do it again. Jeffers is on with a single. Royce Lewis, ground ball, slinging it back to second. Is it a double play? Yes, it is. Unbelievable. Lewis, get some leg strength, man. What are we doing? You should have been safe. Brooks Lee, opposite field. That looks like it's got some carry to it, but it's caught at the warning track. Unbelievable. So we're going to go now to the top of the 10th. Zach Cole with a man at second base. He's going to fly out here to Cody Clemens, and you know what? It looks like they're tagging, and they are. I mean, why wouldn't you test Cody Clemens' noodle arm? Whoa! Cody Clemens! He's got an outfield assist. Are you kidding me? He got everything into that one. Look at this. Look at the crow hop. It's perfect form. A strike to Royce Lewis at third. Beauty. Let's get out of this. Cam Smith strikes out. Sands shuts it down here in the 10th. So we'll jump now to the bottom of the 10th, and we've got Keishel, Larnach, and Buxton coming up against Roddery Munoz. 0-1 pitch, got a good pitch to hit, but Keishel's going to fly out to left for out number 1. Some people like to bring small ball back, get a little bunt going, move him to third, then this would have got him home. Little sac fly action. Trevor Larnach flying out to center, but we got decent enough speed at second base to get there at third. So 2 outs, man at third, all you need is a base hit. Let's do it. So Buxton, 0 for 4 here tonight, strikeout, 2 flyouts, and a grounder. He's been all over the place. He can't seem to barrel one up. We'll see if he can do it right here. Bottom of the 10th, 2 down, man at third, and go, slide, get down, let's go. Twins are going to walk it off in a very unconventional way. I will take that. I will take that win. I don't even care. Buxton wanted to go swing at it. He checked his swing, and it might have thrown Yainer Diaz off at catcher. It might have thrown him off. Either way, a passed ball is going to score, and we win the game. I love it. So much for small ball, right? It's awesome. Taj Bradley, 8 hits across 5 innings, but again, our bullpen shut it down, and Henriquez was very good in this one as well. So I think this trade might be working out for us. And you honestly couldn't have scripted it any better. With the Tulsa Drillers being the LA Dodgers affiliate, George has a chance to get a little revenge, possibly, quote-unquote. More so, proof to the Twins organization that we were right about you. That's what it is. It's not necessarily a revenge game. It's just you got to do well for us. So first pitch to Kendall George. Base hit right up the middle. Okay, I like that. I like that. It was good timing. Not a lot of PCI movement that we needed right there. Kendall George, base knock. So 0-2 pitch here now to Ortega. And he's going to ground out to first baseman. And we got a nice play at second, but he almost made it. That's that 99 speed at play for Kendall George. So we'll advance here to his next at-bat. And we'll see what he's going to do here. 0-0 pitch again. That third baseman is playing a little off. I'm thinking possibly he might be able to lay it down a bunt. But we've got a little fly out here. Again, PCI just a little off, but he's put some good swings on the baseball, which I'm actually happy about here. So a bases loaded situation now for George. An 0-0 count, bottom of the 5th, down by 1. This is huge for George. It's big for our team, big for his development, and he's got a perfect through the Tony Gwynn side. Beautiful approach, and we are going to get 2 runs. Kendall George delivers a 2 RBI single. We got the lead. Top 7th. Look at the read and reaction there by George. He's going to get to the ball, but I don't even know what happened. Like, the animation, we didn't get it. But George's got a chance here to get that relay down. He's got a 1-hopper to the shortstop, and take a look at the throw. It's on the money. Good relay started by George in center, but I really would have liked him to make that catch. Either way, we did get the out. 1-1 pitch here. Third baseman playing a little off there. We are going to bunt right to him. The disrespect. And he was safe by a mile. Dude, the speed for Kendall George is going to definitely play. He's going to wreak havoc in the major leagues. But we got to work on his hitting. It's the major thing for him. Look at the speed here. He got in standing up. I mean, this is insane. This is a guy who stole 100 bases in real life, okay? We're going to take off and go for third base. This throw coming down, not even close. Not even close. I mean, it was even a walk, too, so we get a free base. So the fact that now we got runners in the corners, could be a double play. We'll see. They are not going to get the double play, and that's a run scored. That's a run created right there for Kendall George. It's like our own version of Billy Hamilton or Ellie De La Cruz. Like, you can't stop the guy, okay? So he is going to be a force, I can just tell. And he created all 3 of those runs. He got the 2 RBI single. He was 3 for 4 today. I mean, think about that. That third run that really kind of pushed this game over the top was off of a bunt. Safe on a bunt, 2 stolen bases. He's already at third. You get a walk. You got some good speed coming down the line. You got runners on the corners. Can't turn the double play. I love it. I love it. George is awesome. All right, critical situation here against the Astros. We're still in this series. James Outman has been really stepping up with Matt Wallner gone. He's got a base hit here, going to give us the lead in the bottom of the 8th. It's beautiful. Now let's see if we can just shut this thing down and get another victory and continue our ascent in the AL Central standings and in the wild card. 0-2 pitch here. Got Correa to strike out, and that's like an immediate ejection. Like, you can't. What is he doing still in the game? Umpire still hasn't thrown him out. Throwing your bat like that? That's a little crazy. But, you know, it looked like it could have been a ball. He couldn't even ABS challenge that, I guess. Paredes is going to high chopper here to Brooks Lee. He's got that one easily. Out number 2. Twins on the verge of winning this series. Diaz. Ground ball to Sands. Got to make a play. There you go. Twins win again. It looks like even despite getting rid of Matt Wallner, looks like we are still winning. Maybe Matt Wallner wasn't the reason why. We're getting good pitching, guys. Look at that. Our offense is coming through now. 10 hits, 4 runs. 4 hits, 3 runs for the Astros. We are shutting them down, and we've won that series. James Outman, also player of the game. 2 for 4, home run. Henriquez gets a win. Yeah, seems like I'm validated. GM Doug Gold is validated. All of our moves are working. Let's go. Cody Clemens getting a little more playing time too. He's got a double. McAble was very solid. 5 innings, 7 strikeouts. He was awesome. Unfortunately for the Twins, though, we will simulate against Boston, get swept. We're on the verge of losing to the White Sox, and we got even more bad news coming in.
No, God, please, no, 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 no.
Yeah. Luke Keachel's out for 2 months. Orlando Arcia is also out for an extended period of time. We'll split the series at least against the White Sox. That's fine by me, but we are 4-6 in our last 10. We're playing just under 500 baseball, but that is definitely going to hurt. Even though Keachel is not hitting as well as I think that he should, Brooks Lee is also not hitting as well as I think he should. But I'm looking around and scouring around our team and our organization and just asking the question, who's going to play second base? Who's going to play third base? The backup role that Arcia's got going on for him. And I think it's going to have to be Tristan Gray. Like, we don't have a ton of options, but he is playing well down in AAA. He's got a 270 batting average, above a 340 OBP right now. And the splits are pretty decent as well, and he actually has some major league experience. So even if it's just for a cup of coffee, he's got the options that we can utilize. So we're going to call him up. Now, I could have called Kalen Culpepper up, but I think I would have to remove someone from the 40, put him on, and I just didn't think that it was really that worth it right now in the month of May. I think he still needs a little bit more seasoning down there, does Kalen Culpepper. So as we move forward across our season, we are at the end of the month of May. We're in week 9 of 14, only a couple more weeks to go, and now is the time, guys, that in this episode, in this franchise series, now we're going to start getting more invested into some of these players in the draft class. Guys that I'm looking at a little bit more seriously as the weeks are starting to wind down. We do have a lot more information on guys. That's been kind of my strategy all along. Scout by position. There's a couple players that you can kind of identify a little bit later towards the mid part of the scouting calendar, then we'll go that route. But you guys can see, like, we have some 20%, 50%, maybe some guys in the 35s and 40s, which I think, again, is a very good place to be, because then you can kind of pick on those guys and increase their motivation to sign and find guys that you like, that you really want to focus on. And I'm looking at Miles' deal right here. I've highlighted him a couple times in the last episode. Also, Adrian Fernandez is a name that I kind of like too. I'm looking mostly at the break on some pitches and, of course, the hits per 9 against righties and lefties and K per 9. I want to see if you've got what it takes to strike somebody out. It's one thing, like, if you're going to be a Jamie Moyer type, or if you're going to be a guy like a Rick Porcello who's going to try to get ground balls and not strike people out. But I want some guys with some stuff, some electricity, right? There's nothing wrong with those guys that can get you to ground out and miss bats, but I want guys with a little velo, some strikeout ability. We need that with our staff. But moving forward, a little standings update for y'all. We are currently 4.5 games outside of the AL wildcard, so we're not dead yet. But Luke Keachel being out for a couple months, that obviously hurts pretty badly. I was thinking about possibly making a trade to supplement the loss there, but what happens then? So Keachel comes back in the next month, and now what are you going to do with the guy that you acquired, right? And who's that going to be? So it just creates more of a mess, I think. So at the end of May, we have a notification here from our farm director, guys that really did well. Eduardo Tait, over 304 batting average. Ryan Kreidler hitting well too. Dasan Hill, 2.15 ERA in May with over a strikeout per innings pitched. So that's awesome too. And look at Hill's numbers, 54 Ks across 20 walks this season. The D potential is criminal to me. He's one of the top prospects in the Twins organization. And with the D potential, it's a little crazy to me. So here's what we're going to do, everybody. And I hope you guys are cool with this. Let me know in the comment section what your thoughts are, because it's happening. It's happening here in this video. But what I'm going to do is, for at least one player a season, I'm going to adjust their potential. And we got to earn it, though. It's not something that we're just going to spin this wheel and we're going to do it. He's got to earn it in gameplay. So we got a couple propositions there to the right-hand side, and we're wheel spinning here, and this is what we landed on. So in the next Dasan Hill start, he's got to hold the opponent's batting average under 200. And if he does that, if we do that, he's going to get a potential boost from a D to a C. And I think this is a pretty easy one to go accomplish. I think we got this one. So we're going to see every single out and see if Dasan Hill can get it done. 1-0 pitch here, ground ball to short, and that should be an easy flip to first. One away. All right, so they're 0 for 1 now. They got a 0 batting average. First pitch, hacking. Wow. Deep fly ball to center field. Kendall George with the speed. There you go, baby. Out number 2. Quick outs here for Dasan Hill. 0-0 pitch to Verdugo. He's got a line drive into the gap. Kendall George not going to get there. Might have been a little too close, but look at this. What? Look at this throw. Oh, on a frozen rope. He looked like he was out. Kendall George, oh my God. He threw that from the wall. We got something in Kendall George, guys. I know we didn't catch that one, but we got something in Kendall George. All right, so that will go down as a hit. 4 batters faced, 1 hit given up for Dasan Hill. He's got Kerry Carpenter from the right-hand side. Just kidding. It's Verdugo again. Another Verdugo. Tait says no. That was strike 3, and it is overturned. So Dasan Hill now giving up 1 hit across 5 batters faced. This is number 6. Here is Wells with a hot shot ground ball to third. Nice play. Out number 2 in the top of the 6th. We're looking pretty good right now. But now you got Ethan Salas, of course, one of the Padres' top prospects, one of the top prospects in all of baseball, but a line drive right to shortstop. Out number 3. Some pretty good stuff happening here for the Wind Surge and Dasan Hill. How about this ground ball to first? No, I got it. Thank you very much. Dasan Hill was going to be there, but I trust your instincts at first. That split finger. Nice. Good pitch here. Got a strikeout. 1-2 pitch now for Jackson, and he just stares at it. Whew. Dasan Hill's looking good, guys. Through 3, only 1 hit given up. And you can see the counter here. We're definitely underneath that 200 batting average. Another strikeout on the curveball. So Hill is mixing in all of his pitches and getting everybody out. Look at this one. Another ABS challenge here. Tait says that one was a strike too. You're struggling back there, Blue. You got it. Again, another strikeout for Hill. 0 pitch here in the top of the 4th. Strike called. How about this one? Splitter. Inside. Ground ball. Diving play. Let's go. Get the out. There we go. Beautiful. Still only 1 hit given up. Hill looks like he's really managing this lineup really nicely. Just carving through it. 0-2 pitch here. Look, he's even got this. He's challenging sliders high and into guys, and they still can't handle it. Another strikeout. 0-2 pitch here. Another strikeout. Goodbye. Sit down, boy. 0-0 pitch to Salas. Fly ball. Actually popped him up. Second baseman's got it. And that'll do it for the 5th. Dasan Hill still only giving up 1 hit. Our offense is struggling, though. Seems like it's right back where we started with the Twins. Offense can't support the good pitching. Another strikeout for Dasan Hill. He's just mowing through everybody. Look at the pitch count. 40. Ground ball to third. Got him. 2 down. Jackson. Curveball that hung up a little bit. It was good. It was a good hit. Good knock. Not 2 hits given up. It's okay, though. We're all right. 0-1 pitch. And this is going to be a stolen base attempt, and yeah, so we might end up losing this game if our offense can't come through here. We gotta bear down. We gotta bear down. We gotta go get this guy. We gotta get out of this inning. We cannot allow a run scored. 0-2 pitch. Challenge him. Triple digits. Good luck. You can't handle it. 2 hits given up for Dasan Hill. We're going back out there for the 7th inning, and we got Verdugo. Looked like he got all of that, but left fielder says, I got this one. Easy. 0-2 pitch now. And a little ground ball back up the middle. So we're at 3 hits, but we're still okay. 0-2 pitch. We just can't give up another hit. How about a double play ball? Let's go. Turn it. Turn it. Oh. Close, but it still goes down as an offer. Does not count as a hit. But we're not out of the inning. Got to find a way to get it done. First pitch of this at-bat, strike 1. 0-1 pitch. Fastball. Good way to change the eye level. And now we're going to go splitter nice and low. Goodbye. 10 strikeouts for Dasan Hill. And only 3 hits given up, guys. He did it. He did it. Under a 200 batting average on the game. And the Wind Surge ended up getting a win. Anyway. However, Dasan Hill's not going to be credited with the win since he's out of the game. Ryan Gallagher gets the dub. 7 innings, 3 hits, 10 strikeouts. Nobody walked. None were earned. It was a beautiful outing for Dasan Hill. And that, my friends, will push his potential up to where it probably rightfully should be, from a 67 to a 77. So I like that. You guys let me know if you liked that challenge. If you want to see more of that, please let me know in the comment section. And who would you think you want to do possibly for next season? What are some players that you're thinking about whose potentials are not where they should be? I'm curious to know. I'd like that community feedback. So again, as we move forward, we got more scouting to do, and we're starting to get a little bit closer to about 50% with a lot of these players, but we really need to start locking down and identifying some players that we like. And I'm looking at Buddy Fitzgerald, Darren Thompson. I like the break on a lot of those pitches. Like, look at Castilla's fastball break. He could potentially get to an 81 on his break. So I like fastballs that move, right? Have a little rise to them, especially the four-seamers. You don't want a fastball that stays straight. That's a problem. You can't throw it at the major league level. You can have all the velo in the world, but if it doesn't break, it doesn't have any movement to it, you might be screwed. Obviously, the hits per nine, the K per nine, those things matter too, but I think the underlying thing that a lot of people might not be looking at is the break. Now, another guy that I like from afar is Deacon Cantu. What a name, by the way. But I'm really not liking his defense at shortstop. That's a little concern for me. I mean, everybody's got weaknesses. They got things to work on, but we're going to go after Eddie Franco here. He's got 35%. We get him all the way up to 90, and I think he's probably a C potential. 71-90 potential at 90% scouted. That's a cause for concern for me. I'm not real confident in taking that guy in a mid-round selection unless he's the only one there. So we're going to clean house on our list and move to week 12. And Miles Deal looks like he's the real deal. Pun definitely intended there. B to an A potential. He's 92% scouted. Again, we're going to keep on simming. There's players that I really like. This Robbie Torres at first base, I don't like. 52 to 74 potential. That's not going to work at first base. And heading into one of the final weeks of scouting, I haven't really paid much attention to the outfielders, but I kind of like this Mark Schnell guy. He's got really good numbers defensively. He could be a decent hitter. Not a lot of power, but the speed is good too. So it's just due diligence. That's really why I'm doing it. We haven't really scouted a bunch of outfielders, so why not take a look at them? Now, with all of the scouting updates that we just did, I did want to show you the month of June, what that looked like. We did go 13-8, and we are 3 games under 500 so far in the season. Now, a couple of updates with Dasan Hill, Kendry Rojas, who had good months of May, kind of struggled in the month of June. Not really freaking out about it, but it's something to note as we move forward. If they continue to struggle, that might be a cause of concern. But 2 games out of the AL wildcard. So even despite the trade of Matt Wallner and the injuries, we're still alive. We're still in the postseason talk. Now Royce Lewis gets hurt. That hurts. That's a problem. What are we going to do? Well, Tristan Gray's not playing too bad at second. He can play a little third as well. But what are we going to do? Well, there's not too many options for us. We could call up Wagaman. Yeah, could possibly do that. Could possibly call up Ryan Kreidler. Arcia is healthy now, but he's cold. Do we find a way now to call up Kalen Culpepper? Do we put him on the 40-man roster? If we do, we got to call somebody down. We got to remove them from the 40-man. But I think it's got to be Eric Wagaman. I mean, he's just a guy that could come up for a little bit. He is a 67 overall player. He was hitting well in the early part of the season, but has since struggled. I hate to reward that with a call-up, but what other options do we have? That's what we're going to do. And look what he did. I mean, sometimes going up to the major leagues helps people. The guy went 4 for 4 against the New York Yankees and gave us a win. Beautiful. So hopefully that'll be kind of a short-term fix. Now our last update was scouting. Mark Schnell looks like he's a pretty good player. He's between a B and an A potential. I would love to go get him in the middle rounds if we can do that. Again, we are running out of time here. We did scout a lot of the pitchers by position, so I'm pretty confident in our pitching. We're going to continue to do that here. And then another outfielder with this Tyner guy. I'm going to go look at him in left field. Now we are a game under 500 now. We lost the series against Cleveland. We'll simulate here against the Angels. So we've now got 0-2 there in that series. We've officially lost that series. We're just continuing to chase that 500 mark. It's been really eluding us here. Either way, it is time to talk about the draft. Let's get into it, guys. The White Sox, they got pick number 1. They're going to take Manny Chavez, the third baseman. He was our number 1 rank. Number 2 across the majors. Consensus. The Rays will take Anthony Ortega, the shortstop. He was 9th on our list. First in the majors. He does have some chance of being a C potential. That would be a bust if that happened. Oh my God. So now it's up to us. What are we going to do? Well, I think the right call is probably Steve Castro. We did not spend a ton of time on him. In fact, we never really saw him and picked him out and scouted him individually. So this was all through scouting by position. To get him up to 70%, that's a W there. But we've also got Richard Caballero up here. He looks like he's pretty decent with the control. You got Miles Deal, who we love. He could be from a B to an A, but he did opt out of the doctor exam. We got Philip Yamashita, who I like as well. We love him. He's at number 5, 30th on the big board. He might be a sneaky addition, but I really don't want to take a guy like that with the number 3 overall pick. Now, what about this guy, Harper Biggs? Look at the contact. Look at the vision. Look at the power. Look at the fielding. He's legit. And we do need a catcher. A little bit. It's not a major priority for us because we got Eduardo Tait. And I like Tait. I think he's going to be a good player for us down the road. But when the talent is staring you right in the face, sometimes it's hard to ignore. Like, you might have to go take that guy. But we've also got the first base dilemma, too. We've been putting a Band-Aid over that position for a while. You got Josh Bell, you got Cody Clemens. We don't have really an answer as a prospect at first base goes. So do we go Conrad in round 2, Biggs in round 1? Or do you just not really play with fire and you go with a top 5 consensus guy in Steve Castro, and that's what we're going to go do? I think knowing that you've got Tait, that's a benefit. You got Tait in the background. I think we can afford to go with Castro here at first base, and that's going to be our guy. Now, a couple guys that we wanted. Number 6 with Kansas City and Harper Biggs, and number 16 with the Rangers, Miles Deal. So 2 of our players are gone. They weren't going to last till round 2. Plus, Mark Schnell is now gone to the Cleveland Guardians. So it's kind of an interesting storyline here. Our interdivisional opponents, the Guardians and the Royals, taking guys that we were looking at, that we wanted. The rumor must have been out that we were on those guys. Now for round number 2, this is not something that I wanted to do. I didn't really want to address pitching this year in the draft. I wanted to go more positionally based. We did get our first baseman, but looking around, you know, the higher guys that are scouted, like we know a lot about, that have some good potentials and good ratings, like those guys are starting pitchers. And we found a couple dudes just by discovery, like Carlo Vargas. He wasn't even ranked on the big board, but we really love him. Our scouts really like him. So we're going to take Philip Yamashita because he is number 5 on our board. He's 100% scouted, got a good motivation to sign, because the other 2 pitchers, Vargas and Blanco, these 2 starters here, they're not ranked on the MLB big board. They're ranked pretty high for us. Like, we really like them inside our 4 walls. So I'm hoping that they can kind of slide under the radar, and we'll take the guys who are ranked across the major leagues. And then maybe these non-ranked guys might fall to us. So I'm honestly looking to push Vargas and Blanco a little bit later and go after Sanchez, because again, he's got a good overall, good potential, 80% scouted. Like, we can feel confident in that pick. So as we move forward, Vargas and Blanco are still there, and we're here in round number 3. Might be a perfect time to go after him. But we also do have this Lawrence Fujita guy who's got some good potential there too, but I really don't want to mess around. We love Carlo Vargas, and we love Blanco. So we'll take Blanco. I just like his potential a little higher, even though Vargas was more highly ranked on our board. Figured we'll take that. Now again, we got a lot of pitching. I didn't really want to do this, but we got to kind of roll with the punches now. What I wanted to do was I wanted to focus more positionally, but we got stuck with Larry Lewis. We wanted to look more positionally, but we just ran out of time. And honestly, looking at catching, looking at first baseman, looking at all the other positions across the board, we're going to select this catcher, and Elgato just decided that it wasn't going to show the graphic, but we took that catcher, and that was our final pick of the draft. So I'm happy with it, but I'm not at the same time, because I wish we would have focused more on, again, more electricity in the outfield, some shortstops, infielders that could make some plays, right? Because we need that. But I'm okay with the pitching. Like, I think we really hit on some arms. Maybe next draft we'll focus on that. So all-star game. Got a couple of all-stars. We got Cole Sands. We got Byron Buxton. No home run derby participants this season, but we did get a win. Cole Sands actually got the W, 10-1, as Sands must have came in middle relief of some sort. But for the futures, we didn't have anybody listed here with pitching. For our hitters, we also did not have anyone listed there either. So again, our farm system, I don't know, maybe across the way, baseball doesn't like our farm system, but I think it's pretty good. I think we should have gotten some representation there. Unfortunately for Merrick Houston, his season looks to be cut short. We're already in the month of July. He's got a 2-month, possibly longer injury with a fracture, so that sucks. But now we get to sign our draft picks. And honestly, with how well that we scouted, a lot of our guys have some really high motivations to sign. So that's a really good place to be. However, I'm a little concerned with the 50+%, 55% there for Steve Castro. Motivation to sign. I'm a little worried about that, but we did get Philip Yamashita to sign. He's now up to 57 is Castro. We'll try to get Sergio Sanchez here. He's got 80% motivation, so we're fine there. Larry Lewis, Garrett Lane, and Steve Castro all with the 50+%. So we got a couple of weeks here left to go, but that's about it. Only 2 more weeks, which is getting a little dicey trying to sign these guys up after being picked in the draft. Luke Keishel's back from being injured, so that means Tristan Gray will get the call back down. He will waste an option there. As we move forward, Castro left him up on the board without negotiating. I didn't want to make him mad, but we did end up getting him. Garrett Lane, we'll get him right here too. And unfortunately for Larry Lewis, he didn't sign, and that's okay. I didn't want him anyway. We'll move on. Now the trade frequency slider, I pushed that all the way to 0 or 1, teach their own, but we're going to move that up to about 4, just a notch below default, because a lot of times in my tests and a lot of people on X and all over Reddit, you know, trades just get a little crazy in MLB The Show, so I wanted to move that to be as realistic as possible. And the good news is that we didn't have a ton of trades go on during the early part of the season. So now moving it up, I'm hoping that we can get a little more action at the trade deadline. Now this is key right here, the trade rumors. I'm looking and I'm scanning here and I'm trying to figure out what teams really need some help. And it looks like the Cubs might be a perfect team to go offer some of our help. And honestly, with the arrival of Edgardo Henriquez and Cole Sands, I like Cole Sands, but I think he might be able to be a trading piece to go get something that will really help us out. And Henriquez, I really like the idea that he could become a closer one day. I do like Cole Sands, but he's 28. He's only a couple overall points behind Cole Sands. And again, some fans, some viewers might think that Cole Sands should be here for the long haul, but I think he's a nice little trading piece, because if we can go out and go get a Moises Ballesteros, 22C, 69 catcher who is on the trading block, I think we should go do this. And then throwing in a veteran arm like Anthony Banda, let's go after that. Let's go do it. And the reason for Ballesteros, I just think that the Cubs have been kind of jockeying him around in real life, and I think he needs an opportunity, and he would get that over here. The next trade we're going to look at here is going after international prospect Ambioris Tavares. He signed with the Braves many years ago and just has not been able to get over the hump, and I think he, again, deserves an opportunity. And being a C potential guy, I think, again, getting an opportunity, we're going to get a little more athletic up the middle, and I think he can provide that. We are going to get both trades to go through. So Ambioris Tavares will become a Twin. Ballesteros going to become a Twin. And, you know, I don't like the Ballesteros move in a sense because we already have Eduardo Tait that we're looking forward to bringing him up at some point. But Ballesteros, kind of an immediate upgrade for backup catcher, right? Caratini, I don't really want to keep him around for too much longer. Jeffers is getting up there. So maybe after those guys have kind of weeded out, it would be a Ballesteros and Tait 1-2 punch at catcher. But again, the Ambioris Tavares piece, again, we're going after a player that just has not been able to crack the big league club. They had very high hopes for him when they signed him out of the international free agent pool and just has not been ready to get it done. We are going to call up Liam Hendriks and Dan Altavia with those moves, with the trades that we've made. We got a couple of other positions to fill for our 26-man roster, and I think it's just time. Don't you guys? I think it's time. Walker Jenkins, 246 batting average down at AAA, plus 12 home runs. I think he's ready. I think he's ready to go. So we're going to move Adams off of the 40-man to make room for Jenkins, and he's going to make his major league debut in the next episode. So be ready for that one. I'm excited for it. Now moving forward, September call-ups are in 31 days, and just outside of all the trade talk, Joe Ryan, of course, did not get moved. Buxton did not get moved. And I just want to supply Joe Ryan a little bit of security. I think in real life, you know, your name starts getting thrown around for a couple years and a couple seasons back and forth again. Are you going to be traded? Are you not? Are you going to be here for a long time? We're going to have Joe Ryan be here for a long time. 7 years, to be exact. He will be 36 by the time his contract is over at $42 million. That's a lot of money for a small market team like the Twins. But I want to show the guy some loyalty. Like, you're going to be around for the long haul. So whether you like it or not, that's the move. And I think if we keep hitting on draft picks like this, I think we're going to be in for a very, very successful rebuild here of the Minnesota Twins. Take a look at our draft. Steve Castro, 74 overall, 87 potential. I would have loved to get 90 potential right here for the first round draft pick, but I will take a 6'2" first baseman with a B potential, and he can be ready to play next year, next spring. He might be a 40-man roster guy next spring and be inside spring training. Philip Yamashita, our second round pick, looks pretty solid. He'll be a little bit of a project, but with that A potential, he should progress very, very quickly. Sergio Sanchez at a B potential, and then Albert Blanco with an A potential. So I think we really did a bang-up job with our draft class this season. Again, not the route that I necessarily wanted to go, but we rolled with the punches, and I think we did pretty well, especially for the last pick too. 54, Garrett Lane with a C potential. Like, we got ourselves another young catcher. I will take that all day long. Yeah, granted, he's 23. He's a little bit on the older side, but he's a little bit more developed than maybe an 18-year-old. But as we quickly scroll past the rest of the league here, just a couple names that I found that I really wanted to see. How did we do, right? Comparing to other teams, how did we do? Was their first round pick better than ours? And honestly, I don't see very much happening right now. I think we did really well compared to other teams. Obviously, could have gone different routes, different ways, but to get a 74 overall player with a B potential, first round pick, I mean, you take that all day long. A couple guys like Deacon Cantu, his overall is a little low. And plus, like, Manny Chavez is a point underneath Castro in the overall rating, but he's also got an A potential, so he's going to catch him for sure. Harper Biggs probably would have been the right selection. He could have been the right selection. He's got an A potential at catcher. Like, we probably wouldn't have had to make that Ballesteros trade if we knew that we hit on Howard Biggs. Well, next time I see you guys will be the Walker Jenkins debut. He's going to get George Kirby on the road against a 61-51 Seattle Mariner club. So they're playing some really good baseball on the AL West side of things, and this will be fun. We're going to go timing hitting. We're going to go classic pitching, just like you guys suggested, and as promised, I told you all that it will happen, probably episode 2, episode 3. Well, it's going to be episode 4 as we move forward. So guys, leave a like if you like this thing. Next time I see you, Walker Jenkins debut and the ending of our regular season for season number 1. I'll see you then. As always, thank you so much for watching, and peace.